So, alright. Hey class, my name is Ryan, and I decided to do my group project with my cab members. This is
Ajani.
Ted.
TVR.
Rishay.
CJ.
Alright, so you guys, let's say you go into work one day and you see your boss is uneasy as though he's having a bad day. He later comes over to you and addresses you in a disrespectful manner about something that had nothing to do with you. How do you handle this situation?
You want me to start first?
So like, yeah, I mean, whoever.
I'm giving the same energy you give me. You're not going to talk to me any kind of way because you're having a bad day, so I'm going to make it even worse. You have a nice day.
So everybody gonna have a bad day.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, wait a second. Can you read that question one more time?
All right, so I said, let's say you go into work, right? And you see your boss is like, he just seemed off, like he having a bad day. Then he comes over and then he just starts talking like crazy and like real disrespectful about something that had nothing to do with you. Like he like, oh, why the trash not taken out? Mind you, you're on the register. It had nothing to do with you. So how do you handle that situation?
So you just want to make everybody day bad.
Oh, I send an
I would
email.
say, like, if you see that they're having a bad day, then you just need to stay out of their way.
Right.
How about you go mind your business? Because that has nothing to do with it.
But then he came over to you, like you're working. He come over to you. He like, why the trash not taken out? Like, what are you
Because
doing?
that's not my
That's why I said I
job.
was.
So you're gonna send.
I'm
it
sending
back.
emails so
keeping the
so the
same
interaction
energy.
is documented.
You're sending an email to who?
Whoever it's got to be, so that it's documented that the interaction went a certain way.
When he come over,
So
and say,
everybody
"Nah,
knows
trash
I'm
not
covered,
taken
so
out,"
I'm
I'm
good.
gonna say that ain't my job.
I was gonna say.
Like,
It's gonna be like that.
But like, in what? So how are you responding? Like, what's the energy that you're giving out? Are you
Confusion.
like
It's like-
reserved?
I'm not saying.
Why the trash not taken out? I
I'm
don't know what
confused
the.
more than anything.
it was
Confused,
hard, but
right?
he didn't
Yeah.
like it. Like,
Because if I work the
Yeah.
desk, it's like,
He didn't like-
what? Like,
he
yeah. I
was-
feel
On top
like
of that, it's like it's not how he normally acts. So you are
Confused,
alone.
most definitely.
Who was this
Confused.
guy?
That's not how he normally acts.
That's
I'm
fine.
definitely
That's not
confused,
a
man.
bad-
That's like a normal. Like if he's always coming in on 10 like that, then it's like
when somebody's bugging, something that really ruffles people's feathers, if you ask them if they're alright, like, are you alright?
Okay.
Is everything okay?
I'm
Like
not
that.
asking. I'm not asking you that.
I'm
I'm
not-
going to
no,
get
I
my
am.
boss. I'm getting
This
just
is
straight.
why-
I'm like,
You
But
good?
like,
that's not my job.
Oh no, I don't care if you're good. I'm trying to ruffle your feathers more. Like you're mad.
I'm
You
like-
seem angry. Is everything okay at home?
Okay.
And
So-
no, you're
so-
gonna fight him because he's
So
gonna
you're
wanna
gonna
fight.
you're
Oh,
gonna
nah,
take
if you gotta ruffle me, you gotta ruffle me.
so you're gonna take the approach where it's like you're respectful, but you're like you're showing
I feel like
concern.
you have to. No, yeah. I feel like I'm gonna be condescending, so I'm gonna keep the. Everything I say is gonna be professional, but I want to ruffle your feathers. Like I want you to
Okay,
be mad.
because he came that way.
Yeah, so that you can't complain that I said like if I curse him out, I was in the wrong. But if I'm like,
Okay.
hey, you seem kind of disgruntled. Is everything okay at home? Like you can't. There's nothing you can say about that.
Okay.
In that voice too. Like I want you to know I'm being ridiculous.
Alright, so based off of that,
I
right?
gotta handle
Wait,
Well, this is kind of what he's talking about. You said he told you I'm professional.
Yeah, he called me unprofessional, and I'm like, well, I'm handling the people, the paying customers first.
Mhm.
So you gotta have to wait until I'm done with the paying customers.
And then you're gonna handle him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, so I'm like, yeah, let me do my job real quick, but we could
When
talk
my
about
job
this.
is done,
yeah, we can talk
discuss
about
that.
this later.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's
On
cool.
top of that, if he was coming to you as you're working, then that's a whole different
Yeah,
scenario.
I'm in the middle of something and you
Talking
chop me up
crazy.
like that. Leave me alone. I
Because
gotta
then-
handle some business real quick.
Alright.
I'm gonna come.
Like you can, if he the boss for real, and you pull me to the side, like, can I? You feel me? Like, cause I used to work at Walmart for real. They'll tell you like turn your light off and like come in real quick, and I'm like, all right, cool. Like respectfully, but don't walk up to me saying.
This was
I
some
was
wild
very
stuff.
safe because
Yeah.
that's how I had to give my manager the energy.
At
Because he
least-
stepped to me and said, "What are you laughing at?" And I looked at him and I said, "Do you want to fight me, sir?"
Wait, so what happened after that?
Because that was very hostile. He told me to step in the office, and then I stepped in the office, and he was still talking. I'm like, "You're talking about nothing at this point." So I told him,
Did you keep that job though?
"Yes,
Oh,
I worked there until the end of the summer. I'm not going back there." But
So you said you want to rumble me respectfully.
I said, "Are you trying to fight me, sir?" Because that was very hostile. As you just asked, "What's funny?" Don't ask me what's funny, because I can laugh at whatever I want.
Alright, so based off of that, do y'all think y'all act the same way at work as you guys do at home around your friends and peers?
Yes.
No.
Not all the time.
What you mean?
It depends on what's going on. So like in that scenario, that's like at home. If somebody like press you up like that,
Mhm.
of course, your next reaction is just like, I got like
Yeah.
defensive mode. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? But like when you're at your place of work, when you're at a job, and you know you getting paid for it, if it's good money, I'll say that. If it's good money, then you going to act a different way. You know what I'm saying? You going to act with some type of decorum, some type of like, you know what I'm saying, professionalism. So you know what I'm saying? I feel like you kind of you switch when you're at work opposed to when you're at home.
Right, of course. Okay, now do you think it's hard to communicate with your coworkers?
No, I don't think so. Cause I think you communicate with your coworkers on a one-to-one level, and then when it comes to your boss, that's when the code switching starts. Unless they're white. If they're white, I'm communicating with everybody weird. Like when I communicate with everybody, I'm acting. If they're white, I'm acting. No, because code switching to me is more about race than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
So like white people, I'm giving them a fake like.
Alright, one second. Alright, man, I have a different question for y'all. I have a different question for you guys. How would you describe a healthy relationship in the workplace? On whether it be on like a coworker level or like a coworker boss, like what's a healthy relationship to y'all?
Like a
Coming
friendship.
in, being welcomed in, you feel me? Everything like, oh, all right, how you doing today, CJ? I'm doing cool. You just working and the vibes is cool. You can tell when the vibes off at work. Like,
And then when you leave work,
yeah.
No,
Yeah,
that's
hey, even if the vibes is super cool, you mess around, have friends afterwards.
I
Like you
like
start hanging with a couple coworkers.
I think it depends on the job you work at, number one, and it also depends on who you working with.
Yeah.
So if you have cool coworkers like CJ said, outside of work, hey, we can kick it. You know what I'm saying? You cool inside. Let me see what you like on the outside. But if it's just like it doesn't have to be all the way negative, or if it's just like, you know what I'm saying, we really both here just to work and we don't really have conversations at work, then
That's cool.
that's fine as well. You know what I'm saying?
But personally, I'm probably not telling my coworkers.
at the same time, though, a healthy
I
relationship.
got
a lot of friendships from
Yeah.
the job.
Especially
at
youth work.
Oh, youth work.
Youth work.
I got fired from my first youth work job.
That's
The
crazy.
first time I walked in, he said go home. I said,
Why?
"Okay."
Oh wow.
He said they didn't ask me to come there, but I got a call to come there.
Well, I feel as though a healthy relationship could be one where it's like you do come in and it's like, oh, how you doing?
Good morning,
Da, da, da.
man. Like
And a healthy relationship could also be it's like y'all talk throughout the day, like at work, you just conversate, talk, like how's the family?
I'm not asking
I
nobody.
never
that. I ain't come here.
I was
I ain't
gonna
come
say-
here.
But I feel like
Personally,
it depends.
I'm not.
It depends on how close you are with them too.
I feel
Because
like
a healthy relationship could just be like you're respectful. That's a healthy relationship where y'all don't really talk, but you're respectful because you work together.
most
I
of
feel like it's like we have like what we have in CAD for real. Like
Okay.
because this is a work relationship of some sort. So like
Yeah, I think our relationship is healthy.
yeah, I feel like if somebody like in here, if somebody rubs you the wrong way, you can't like if we're having a meeting and somebody says something about your idea, you can't cuss them out. But at the same time, like you do have to. If you're gonna say something about somebody's idea, you have to put it in a respectful way.
Yeah.
And I feel like everybody has like, if two people on cab get into it, y'all can't just have a fight. Like y'all can't just shake because that's not.
Do you feel as though, all right, so on Cab, do you feel as though, what was I about to say? Do you feel as though if there's a problem, you can address it without it, like, building up and starting something else? Like, do you think you will address a problem when it comes to you, like, right there and then?
I think it's in a.
Are you comfortable with addressing the problem?
Yeah.
No, it has to be in the right scenario.
But I'm saying, would you address any problem that comes, like,
To me,
that you face?
I think it's healthy
on
enough to
Cab?
have a clear debate level in a like a CAD meeting. Like if we have an issue with something, we're gonna debate about it, and it's gonna be like let known it's a debate about it. So if you're gonna debate about it, you come with your supporting ideas or what you got or what you think can make it better or what you think we should do instead. So it's clear that okay, you got something to say about my idea. Okay, what you think can make it better, or why do you feel the way you do about my idea? So I feel like it can never get that deep because we all, on a personal level, like respect each other, as well as like we're cool, we're bonding, we're just building that good relationship as you like refraining to. But we don't gotta go home with each other every day, bing bop. But I feel like it's just still cool, like.
And I think the bonding events we have are good for like a healthy work environment that you know somebody outside of their work.
Yeah.
So like you know what like Riche does other than like make flyers. You know what Tavion does other than make flyers. You feel me?
Mhm.
Like I feel like that helps
How they
that
are.
relationship.
All right, so the goal of this discussion is to hopefully share some information with you guys that you can implement in your relationships at work. So code switching is the practice of alternating between two or more languages or a variety of language in conversation. Code switching can happen whether, like, when you come to work, like we said, like, you don't act the same way you do at work as at home. You have to code switch the way you talk to, like, your boss. You have to address them in a certain manner. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Your coworkers, you have to. That it goes the same way for everybody. So it's like you can't really, you feel me, act the same way.
Mm-hmm.
So do you feel as though you code switch when you come in the office, or like when you go to a job? Well, let's say not this office. All right. So when you work a job over the break or whatever, do you think you code switch when you come in?
I think it depends on the kind of business. So depending on the kind of business, you might call somebody else who's, even if they're your age, Mr. So-and-so.
Mm-hmm.
But I think certain workplaces don't do that. Like business environments where it's about speed, you're not calling anybody Mr. So-and-so. It's Dan, and you feel me? But if you're a teacher, everybody's Mr. something now. You feel me? So I think it depends on the kind of work environment you're in.
I agree. I worked at the movie theaters and we never like addressed each other as like Mr. and Miss. Like the coworkers, regardless of how old or how young they were, it was like
Whatever it says
first,
on
you know
the
what I'm saying, first
Yeah.
name basis. Even with the managers, it was still the same situation. So it, like the code switching, I feel like on the name level for me personally, the losers, no. But for like the professionalism of it all, it definitely was there.
So, and what occasions do you think you guys have had to code switch?
Anytime I'm interacting with white people, I feel like
That's one.
I just feel like I just code switch when I feel like it's necessary to.
talking to a cop.
No, I feel like
No, yes.
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
oh
code
no,
switching,
no,
talking
yeah, that's
to
when
a
you
cop,
code. But at the same
interacting
time, it's just knowing when to turn on your professionalism and knowing when to turn it off. Like for instance, like you said, talk to a cop. I wouldn't be like talk to him like he my
Yeah,
friend. Like,
yeah.
yo, what's up with you? Like, yo,
You mean-
bop, bop. I'll be like, how you doing today, sir? You know, what did I do wrong? Can you please explain to me? Just
See, I'd be talking
you know,
even slower than that if it was me personally.
A job interview.
a job interview. You can't walk in there like, yeah, I be like, you know, I be in the streets for real. I'm from like the port. You know what I'm
Job
saying?
interviews when
No.
you sell them the dream.
That's I'm gonna say. That's what
Like,
Because you playing a role when you get
You come in there locked in
you
like.
sell them that facade.
When
and
Yeah.
with that suit you barely ever wear.
Right.
You feel me? I can't even tie.
How you doing
tie
today,
with
sir?
a tie.
Yeah, my name is Clarence Young. You know, I graduated from Poly High School. That's in Baltimore, Maryland. You know, they had an engineering/science pathways.
Boom, you start
You know,
spitting
you
it.
feel me? You just start
Right.
straightening up. Like, I don't know. You just don't be as relaxed. And then I feel like I only code switch when I try to get the job. When I get the job, I'm straight.
That's
I'm
when
myself.
the real personality
That's
comes
what-
out.
that's the real
He
personality.
let you
I'm
cut.
about to say when I'm locked in, when I'm actually there, got the uniform and everything, I don't need nothing else for them.
I used to
What's
walk
up,
in.
y'all? How y'all doing? Like, what's going
Hey
on?
Keisha, and I used to
Yeah.
fly right in.
13.
Hey Keisha, how you doing today? How the
All right,
kids?
so code switching also, based on the chapter, code switching also happens when people talk to like people with disabilities, because then you want them to understand what you're saying, because you know, like
Wait a
people
second.
with disabilities don't really.
Which ones though? 'Cause
Hold
there's a
on.
lot of disabilities.
I think I have an example for this one.
Don't say whatever
Disabilities?
you're gonna say. Whatever you're gonna say, don't
No,
say.
it's a good example.
No, I don't want to
It's
hear
a
what
good
it-
example.
Okay.
When I worked at the trampoline park,
Okay,
there
see,
was
I
this
work this
person
person.
named Leo.
Mm-hmm.
He is on the spectrum. Some days he could be a little off, but he would do what he want. But I would have to tell him in a regular manner because everybody tries to sugarcoat it. No, you're doing this. If I tell you to go clean, you're going to go clean today, now. Not when you want to. Now is the way you're going to go
He
clean.
worked there. Okay.
So you talk.
So
to him like
so
he-
wait, so you didn't feel the need to code switch even though he was on the spectrum.
No, he's a normal human being. So I'm going to talk to him how I would talk to anybody else that's going to run around here and not do no work.
Right.
We're going to talk to how I think.
All right, so code switching also happens for people with accents. So, for example, my mom, she has an African accent. She's from West Africa. So for her, code switching is really for her, like, she would basically, like, try to pronunciate every word to the fullest extent, kind of like, you understand?
Would it be code switching like when people say like yard back to crystal? Would that be like
Say it
code
again?
switching? Like
You know Crystal, right?
Yeah, I know Chris.
She's from the UK.
She's from the UK.
So like they say terms that like we don't really know it.
Right.
That we haven't heard of.
Push boy.
One of the examples that she says a lot when she's referring to her house, she'll say my yard.
Her yard.
Her yard. So people often, me included, say it back to her. You know, so he was asking this.
Does that count? Like I was asking.
Well,
if y'all
code
thought
switching
count.
in that case would be for her to stop saying my yard and start saying my house.
I see what you mean. I see what you mean.
So in that case, that would be code switching.
I think we're just making fun of her.
Okay.
Like
You're
code
just making
switching.
fun of her.
Code switching will be her to like change how, like the word she uses to accommodate to you guys'
I see what you
understanding.
Boom.
So yeah. Well, that was the discussion. Thank you guys for taking part
Oh,
of
that's
it.
it already?
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us. Like,
Thank you, Ryan.
Thank you, class. Thank you for watching.
Peace out, Ethan.